Hong Kong. From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China, Hong Kong Cantonese. Hong Kong, officially the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China, is a special administrative region on the eastern side of the Pearl River estuary in southern China. With over 7.4 million people of various nationalities, in a 1,104 square kilometer (426 square miles) territory, Hong Kong is the world's fourth most densely populated region. Hong Kong became a colony of the British Empire after King China ceded Hong Kong Island at the end of the First Opium War in 1842. The colony expanded to the Kowloon Peninsula in 1860 after the Second Opium War and was further extended when Britain obtained a 99-year lease of the new territories in 1898. The territory was transferred to China in 1997. As a special administrative region, Hong Kong maintains separate governing and economic systems from that of mainland China, and its people overwhelmingly identify as Hong Kongers rather than Chinese. Originally a sparsely populated area of farming and fishing villages, the territory has become one of the world's most significant financial centers and commercial ports. It is the world's seventh largest trading entity, and its legal tender, the Hong Kong dollar, is the world's 13th most traded currency. Hong Kong hosts the largest concentration of ultra-high net worth individuals of any city in the world. Although the city has one of the highest per capita incomes in the world, it faces severe income inequality. Hong Kong is classified as an Alpha Plus world city, indicating its influence throughout the world. The city has the largest number of skyscrapers in the world, most surrounding Victoria Harbour. Hong Kong consistently ranks high on the Human Development Index and has one of the highest life expectancies in the world. Hong Kong is a special administrative region of China, with executive, legislative, and judicial powers devolved from the national government. The Sino-British Joint Declaration provided for economic and administrative continuity through the transfer of sovereignty, resulting in an executive-led governing system largely inherited from the territory's history as a British colony. Under these terms and the one country, two systems principle, the basic law of Hong Kong is the regional constitution. The regional government is composed of three branches. Executive. The chief executive is responsible for enforcing regional law, can force a reconsideration of legislation, and appoints executive council members and principal officials. Acting with the executive council, the chief executive in council can propose new bills, issue subordinate legislation, and has authority to dissolve the legislature. Legislature. The unicameral legislative council enacts regional law, approves budgets, and has the power to impeach a sitting chief executive. Judiciary. The Court of Final Appeal and lower courts, whose judges are appointed by the chief executive on the advice of a recommendation commission, interpret laws and overturn those inconsistent with the basic law. The chief executive is the head of government and serves for a maximum of 2 5-year terms. The State Council, led by the Premier of China, appoints the chief executive after nomination by the Election Committee, which is composed of 1,200 business, community, and government leaders. Chinese national law does not generally apply in the region, and Hong Kong is treated as a separate jurisdiction. Its judicial system is based on common law, continuing the legal tradition established during British rule. Local courts may refer to precedents set in English law and overseas jurisprudence. Interpretative and amending power over the basic law and jurisdiction over acts of state lie with the central authority, however, making regional courts ultimately subordinate to the mainland's socialist civil law system. The Hong Kong garrison is responsible for the region's defense. Although the chairman of the Central Military Commission is Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, the regional government may request assistance from the garrison. The central government and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs handle diplomatic matters, but Hong Kong retains the ability to maintain separate economic and cultural relations with foreign nations. The territory actively participates in the World Trade Organization, the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Forum, the International Olympic Committee, and many United Nations agencies. The regional government maintains trade offices in Greater China and other nations. The main territory of Hong Kong consists of a peninsula bordered to the north by Guangxi, an island to the southeast of the peninsula, and a smaller island to the south. These areas are surrounded by numerous much smaller islands. The Joint Declaration guarantees the basic law fee international after the transfer of sovereignty. It does not specify how Hong Kong will be governed after 2047, and the central government's role in determining the territory's future system of government is the subject of political debate. AOF Victoriation. Hong Kong's political and judicial systems may be reintegrated with China's at that time, or the territory may continue to be administered separately. Hong Kong is on China's southern coast, 60 kilometers, 37 miles east of Macau, on the east side of the mouth of the Pearl River estuary. It is surrounded by the South China Sea on All City International, which neighbors the Guangdong city of Shenzhen along the Shanchun River. The territory's 2,755 square kilometers, 1,064 square miles area consists of Hong Kong Island, the Kowloon Peninsula, the New Territories, Lantau Island, and over 200 other islands. Hong Kong has a capitalist mixed-service economy, characterized by low taxation, minimal government market intervention, and an established international financial market. It is the world's 35th largest economy, with a nominal GDP of approximately $2.82 trillion, $360 billion. The Hong Kong Stock Exchange is the 7th largest in the world, with a market capitalization of Victorialian $3.87 trillion as of December 2018. Hong Kong is the 7th largest trading entity in exports and imports, trading more goods in value than its gross domestic product. The territory's largest export markets are mainland China and the United States. Victoria Park is a public park in Hong Kong, named after Queen Victoria of the United Kingdom. It is located in Causeway Bay, on the north of Hong Kong Island, between Causeway Bay and Tin Hau MTR stations. It is part of Wan Chai District, bordered by Victoria Park Road and then Victoria Harbour to the north and Causeway Road and Hong Kong Central Library to the south. The park underwent a major revamp in the early 2000s, which gave it many of its new features, including the basketball court and tennis stadiums. The park is also often used as a gathering point for demonstrations, such as the July 1st marches and 12.4 March. Also, the recent event of the Umbrella Revolution has also taken place near Victoria Park. On June 9, 2019, many Hong Kong citizens took to the streets to protest against the revised draft of the Fugitive Offenders Ordinance. On June 12, fierce police and civil conflict broke out. Finally, the chief executive, Mrs. Carrie Lam, announced the suspension of the amendment. On June 16, 2019, the Hong Kong parade was underway and baskets were still unclear. Everything was just beginning. Today, Hong Kong has become the world's 11th largest trading entity. According to 2017 throughput, Hong Kong's container port is the 5th busiest container port in the world. Based on passenger traffic and international cargo handling capacity, Hong Kong International Airport is the 3rd busiest airport in the world, and its cargo volume has become the world's number 1. According to the volume of foreign bank transactions, Hong Kong is the 15th largest banking center in the world, second only to London, ranking 2nd in the world. The future of Hong Kong is full of uncertainty, let us wait and see. Video content is quoted from Wikipedia.